Okay, the rest of the way, I'm going to go through all the next 20-some chapters with one of my nicer mics. This is an AKG C3000 condenser mic. It's a large capsule mic. And I have a pair of those, and I like to use those in a X-Ray coincident pair for doing large ensemble work. They work very nice, and they're very, very nice sounding mics. So I hope you like these. And as I record these and I listen to it, if I don't think it's quite maybe what you might be looking for, I'll change it out. So we're now on to chapter 27. And I want to thank you guys. I want you guys to go through about 6 set plays, said Coach McKay. These are the same plays I wish you guys had tried running during an actual game. Many of these are only variations of a pick and roll that only require some movement without the ball, something that very few of you seem to be accustomed to do. I know most of you only want to play street ball, one-on-one, but if you want to become winners in this league, you're going to have to start playing with a team and help each other out and learn how to move without the ball. Bob tried to help make the most of this practice session and did his best John Stockton impression with crisp passes, 2 of which went off the foreheads of night players who were not paying close attention. Coach McKay loved it, as it reinforced what he had been saying all along about the Knights not working the ball around enough and trying to get easy baskets, like their opponents seemed to do all the time. Practice broke up. I noticed that many of the players took a liking to me immediately and respected my playing ability, and the fact that I didn't shoot all the time and was willing to be part of their team. "Hey, Cracker," said Mookie, "come on over here a minute. Somebody I want you to meet." I went over by the bleachers where he and Marvin had been sitting. There was a much older lady sitting there with a child, maybe 3 or 4 years old. "Bob, this is my mom, Esther, and my son Dwight," said Mookie. "I named him for Doc Gooden, the big league pitcher. We call him Baby Doc." "Nice to meet you, ma'am," I said, kneeling down to be on the same level as the baby. "Hi there, Baby Doc," I offered by gently touching the child on the shoulder. The kid gave me a big smile and then buried his face back in his grandma's chest, faking shyness. "Never thought I'd be seeing that," said Mookie. "Baby Doc being shy. That's a first." "Do you come down here most of the practices?" I asked of Mookie's mom. "I try and bring Dwight down here as much as I can," she said. "Sometimes there are other children he can play with here at the park while the boys are playing ball. He just loves being outside." "The apartment is pretty small, and it doesn't take long getting freaked out up there," said Mookie. "It's not good to be that cooped up all day." "I don't blame you one bit. Most kids love to be outdoors. I know I did. Does Baby Doc have a tricycle?" I asked. "No, not yet," answered Mookie. "Can't afford one just yet." "Well, let me see what I can do back at school," I offer. "I might be able to scrounge one up somehow." "Boy, that would be very nice of you," said Esther. "I know Dwight would love one." With that, I told the guys a goodbye. "It was nice to meet you, Esther, and I'll see you, Baby Doc." And I head back to campus to see what I could do about a tricycle. As I make my way about 2 blocks away, a car honked at me. I finally realized it was Ben, who had been watching practice from a distance. He waited so no one would see him pick me up. I walk over to the car. "Thanks, Ben," I said. "I forgot you were keeping an eye on me and things just this afternoon. We have a game scheduled for tonight at 7. Coach told the team that's why practice was so short." "You know, you better call Jenkins and let him know, Bob," offered Ben. "I just heard on the radio that there was another shooting across town. that appeared to be drug-related. 2 young kids were shot at on the street by a drive-by. The report said they got a brief description of the vehicle with 2 men inside. Nobody could really tell, but they said it was a white car. Bob, this town is going nuts right before our very eyes. Ben dropped me back at the dorm, and all I could think of is I wondered if that white car was the BMW 735 I saw earlier. I got up to my room and I called Detective Sergeant Jenkins. Jenkins was out, so I tried his personal number, and I got through. The voice on the other end said, "Yes?" "Detective Jenkins," I asked. "This is Bob Lawler. What's going on, Bob?" "Well, the Knights have a game tonight at 7. I'm going to make up and get ready and get some time to go. Thought you should know, so you'd have a little time to prepare. Ben also told me there's another homicide across town he heard about on the radio. Does it have anything related to do what we're working on?" "Yes, Bob, it could be. The 2 kids were players in the league. We're trying to interview people who knew them. Only one of them died. The other one is in stable condition. Most people are being pretty tight-lipped, as they don't want to be called out for fibbing on them. Believe me, most of them are scared to death because they could be next. Knowing what a closed community this is, they're probably smart to be quiet for now and not be seen talking to us." "Hey, Detective," I asked, "do you know where I could pick up a tricycle for a 4-year-old boy? One of the players' kids could sure use one." "Hey, I think I have one at the house," offered Jenkins. "It's still in pretty good shape, too. I was keeping it for some grandchildren, but if you can use it now, that's fine. I'll meet with you about 3 blocks from the park at about 6:15, and you can carry it the rest of the way." "Thanks, Sergeant. I'll see you then," I reply as I hang up the phone. I sat down at the chair on my desk and began pondering all that could be happening tonight. Word of the homicide would be everywhere after the 6 o'clock news. It would be interesting to see how much talk there was at the playground about any of it. I put in a call to Father Spencer to fill him all that was happening today and about the game tonight. He reminded me to be careful and keep him posted. I told him that I would. After I hung up, I went to get a quick shower and get something to eat over at the cafeteria before the game. I wanted to eat light, but I wanted to go over to the student center where they had a short order grill. I sat alone. I ate my burger and fries. For some reason, my thoughts shifted about how many times I had done this very same thing back at the diner back home. I thought of Gloria, her folks, and my folks, and how different my and Gloria's lives were now. Different was the understatement of the year.